Welcome students again into the 12th science chemistry class. Now we are learning about the nanochemistry. Now what is this nanomaterial? What is the nanochemistry? How the nanomaterial related with the nanochemistry? We have to learn. We already learned about the nanomaterial and what is nano and how do we define the nanotechnology. Nanomaterials definition also I told you yesterday. That is the nanomaterial is a material having structural components. That is their structural components means length, breadth, height. That is the dimensions. So the nanomaterial is the material having structural components with at least one dimension in nanoscale. That means out of the three dimensions, length, breadth and height, at least one dimension must be in the nanoscale, and that material is called as the nanomaterial. Now, what is the nano scale or nanometer scale? So, the scale which ranges in 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer is the nanometer scale. So, at least one dimension of that nanomaterial must be in the range of 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer scale. Nanomaterial may be nanoparticles. They may be nanoparticles or nanowires or nanotubes or nanofilms also. These are the nanomaterials. Now, according to dimensions, they are of the different types. Nanostructural material may be large organic molecules. The large organic molecules are also called as the nanostructure or nanostructural material. Again, the inorganic cluster compounds are also the nanomaterial, inorganic cluster compounds. And metallic or semiconductor particles, metallic or semiconductor particles are also the nanostructural compounds. Now, what are 0 or 1 or 2 dimensional nanosystem? There are 3 nanosystems: 0 dimensional, 1 dimensional and 2 dimensional nanosystems or nanomaterial. Now, let us learn one by one. Now, 0 dimensional nanostructure, for example, the nanoparticles. 0 dimensional nanostructure, all the nanoparticles are included into the 0 dimensional nanostructures. Now, these nanoparticles, how they define? A 0 dimensional structure is one. What are the 0 dimensional structure or nanoparticles? A 0 dimensional structure is one in which all the 3 dimensions, length, breadth and height, are in nanoscale. That means in the range of 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. If all the 3 dimensional dimensions of that material are in the range of nanometer scale, 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer, then that material is called as that nanomaterial is called as the 0 dimensional material or 0 dimensional structure. Now, second one, that is the 1 dimensional nanostructures. Now, which are the 1 dimensional nanostructure? For example, nanowires and nanotubes. Now, how we define the 1 dimensional nanostructure? A 1 dimensional nanostructure is one in which 2 dimensions, out of the 3 dimension, length, breadth and height, 2 dimensions are in the nanoscale and only 1 dimension is in the macro scale. Out of the 3 dimension, 2 dimensional are if in the nanoscale or 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer range, then that material is called as the 2 dimensional nanostructure. An example is nanotubes and nanowires. Now, next one is the 1 dimensional nanostructure is that 1 dimensional nanostructure, for example, nanowires and tubes. One dimensional nanostructure is one in which two dimensions are in the nanoscale. Now there is the third type also, that is the two-dimensional nanostructure, and the best example is the thin films. Now a two-dimensional nanostructure is defined as a two-dimensional nanostructure is one in which only one dimension is in the nanoscale. Now thin films are there, that means length and breadth are in the macro scale, but the height is in the nanoscale, and therefore thin films are the example of two-dimensional nanostructure. So two-dimensional nanostructure is one in which only one dimension is in the nanoscale, that is in the range of 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Now let us see the definition of nanochemistry. What is the nanochemistry? Now the combination, nanochemistry is the combination of chemistry and nanoscience. Nanochemistry is nothing but it is the combination of chemistry and nanoscience, and it deals with designing and synthesis of nanoscale with different size. Now in nanochemistry what is there? There is the design and synthesis of the nanoscale which are of different size, different shape, different structures and different composition. So the nanochemistry deals with the designing and synthesis of nanoscale with different size, shape, structure, composition and their organization into functional architectures. That means their application. Their application is also included in the nanochemistry. So, nanochemistry deals with the synthesis and designing of the nanoscale in different size, shape, structure, composition and the organization into functional architectures. So, nanochemistry is used in the different science such as chemical, physical, material science as well as in the engineering, biological and medical application. So where the use or application of this nanochemistry? Nanochemistry is used in chemical, physical, material science as well as in the biological, engineering and medical applications. Now this is the use of the nanochemistry. Now let us learn about the, that is nano characteristic features of the nanoparticles. Now let us learn about the characteristic features of the nanoparticle. Now in the all the three dimensional if less than 100 nanometer, and the examples are nanoparticles. I already told you. Again the quantum dots, nano shells, nano rings and micro capsules are also included into the zero dimensional material. Now what include into the one dimensional nanomaterial or nanostructure? That is in one dimensional nanostructure there are the in the nanotubes, fibers and nanowires. Now these are the one dimensional nanostructure. And what is the that is three dimensional nanostructure, or sorry, two dimensional nanostructure. In that two dimension, that is the thin films, I already tell you about that, and layers and coating, these are included into that. Now let us learn about the, that is the characteristics feature of the nanoparticles, how they are. Now let us learn about the characteristic features of these nanoparticles. What are the characteristic features? Now generally there are the three characteristic features of the nanoparticle. First one is the color. Now it is totally an optical property. Our eyes can recognize the color of the nanoparticles. So it is an optical property that is different at nanoscale. On large scale, the color of the bulk material is different, but on the nanoscale, the color of the same material is different. For example, elemental gold, that is the gold, we are wearing the ornaments of the gold. So elemental gold, we know that it has the shining yellow color. That is, the ornaments of gold have the shining yellow color. But if we had only 100 gold atoms are we taken, atoms of 100 gold atoms are taken, and if we arranged it in the cube, 100 atoms if arranged in the cube, its color would be bright red or totally red color of that 100 gold atoms. But elemental gold is yellow in color. Now this is the difference in the nanoscale and large scale about the color. Now second is the surface area. We know that if we finely divided any material, the surface area increases because all the particle gets separated and their surface area increases. If we take the cube of any metal and if we finely divided it, what is in that? Their surface area in the particle size increases. So high surface to volume ratio is very important characteristic of nanoparticles. That means their volume in the bulk form and in the particle form are same, but in the bulk form the surface area is less than the particle form, because in the bulk form the most of the particles are in the bulk and only the particles on the surface of that is the cube of the metal is there, they are exposed. But if we finely divide the cube of the metal into a small nanoparticles, their surface area is more, because around each of the particle there is the surface area of that particle. And so if a bulk material is subdivided, that means finely divided in a group of individual nanoparticles, after subdividing there are the separate individual nanoparticles will be formed after finely divided that material of that is the bulk material. Then the total volume remains the same, but the collective surface area of that nanoparticle is largely increased. So this particle reacts much more faster than the bulk material, and due to more surface area their chemical reactivity also increases. Now due to the surface area of the nanoparticles their chemical reactivity increases. Now next one is the catalytic activity. It is related with that of the surface area. If the that is the surface area of the nanoparticles are maximum, so definitely their catalytic activity also maximum. So due to the increase in the surface area of that nanoparticles, their catalytic activity also increases. So nanoparticle catalysts are heterogeneous. That means they react. There is reaction. They are in the solid form, but the reaction is carried on their surface. That means heterogeneous catalyst. Nanomaterials or nanoparticles are the heterogeneous catalyst and can be easily separated and recycled again. For example, we know that the platinum and palladium metal nanoparticles, that is the finely divided platinum and palladium metal, their nanoparticles are used in the hydrogenation. For example, hydrogenation of oil into fat. We use the platinum palladium. We know that is the finely divided platinum palladium because their catalytic reactivity increases due to the increase in the surface area. So, again the titanium oxide and zinc oxide are also used in the photocatalysis. This titanium oxide and the zinc oxide are also used in the photocatalysis. Gold nanoparticles are used in many various organic reactions. Now this is about the characteristic features of nanoparticles. Now in the next lecture we learn about the synthesis of nanomaterial, and again we learn about the application of the nanomaterials, and this chapter will be end then. If you like about this this video about the nanomaterial, what are their characteristics and what are the types of the nanomaterial, and then you can share, you can like and subscribe this video and tell the other 12th science student also to learn about this, because nanotechnology, nanochemistry, nanoscience is the developing science, and this is very important in that is the day to day life. So thank you student.